Hi, it's Jess here from Nigezza.co.uk. Thanks for joining me today. So today I'm making new home cards. I realised that this is one subject that I don't have a lot of. So I've made 6. So stay tuned and I'll show you how I made them. So I always thought when I saw this sheet that cutting these out would make lovely new home cards. I love this side and I've used this side before on a few projects, but you know, we've got 2 sheets. I've got a whole sheet there that I could use the other side with, and so I can afford to kind of cut up this, and I'm sure you know, I don't use new home cards very often, so I'm sure I could get quite a few out of this half sheet. So I thought I'd get my stitched rectangles and see what I can do. So I've got 1, 2, 3. So this is the 4th. So this is the middle one. So it's the 4th smallest, and it's, oh no, it's the 5th biggest. Whichever way round you do it. Anyway, pick whichever you want. You might have the stitched squares, you know, the new stitched shape ones. But I thought I could do that, and you can change the size of the rectangles. So I thought that's pretty good there. I mean, that one's I can't use anyway because it's half done, but I could be a little careful so I can get that on, although that's quite wee, so I'm not that bothered about it. And I can come in there and get that nicely. Square one would probably be perfect for that. I might even be able to afford to get slightly bigger. There we go, one there. I can take that one, and then once they're cut out, I can get that one, and so on. So that was where I was going. Obviously, to die cut that, I need to trim this down because that's a bit too big. So I'm just gonna cut across there so that I can put it in my die cutter. So we'll go across there. I'm going to sacrifice that one. There we go. So I'm gonna die cut that out. Here, I might go slightly bigger on that one. Let's have a little look. Don't all have to be the same size. So I don't have the new stitch squares. I've still got the old ones. There, that'd be quite nice. Takes a bit more of the garden effect in there. Don't want to lose that one. So we got that there, and that'll go down to there quite nicely actually. So I might get my trimmer so that I'm not cutting a wonky line that might cause problems with the others. So let's take that off there, grand, and then I might take that one off there. Oh, cooking on gas now. So that'll be enough for showing me samples. So I can come in there with that, and then I can cut that bit, come in there with that, and I could use a smaller one on that. Here we can go that way. I was going to do a bigger one, wasn't I? Like that, and like that. So that's what I'm going to do. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we got 6. So I'm going to get those die cut out, and I'll show you how I make the rectangles a bit smaller when I get to that bit. So they're all done apart from the one. I did dig out my old stitch shape, so those 3 are done with actual squares, and these ones are done with the rectangles and just resized. So I'll just show you how I do that. So that was cut that way, and then we just want to cut the end. So it's got the stitches on it, and you can actually feel the stitches. So that's actually hooked on to a stitch, so that will now be fed back into my die cutter and cut out, which is how you get sort of nice corners on them. Okay, so I'm just going to cut that out. So there it is, done. Just bringing it up so you can see that it looks like a nice rectangle now. So there we are. I've got 2, 4, 6 rectangles ready to be turned into cards. So I was going to check on the colours in this paper pack, so I know what to pull out. Oh, I can't see because of them. So we've got crushed curry, evening evergreen, mint macaron, night of navy, parakeet party, petal pink, poppy parade, and soft suede. So they must be mint macaron, or they could be evening evergreen. It's probably yeah, so I reckon that's a mint macaron house with evening evergreen roof. There we've got night of navy, and obviously it's light and dark night of navy. So that's night of navy as well, with a soft suede roof. That's the other way round. So that one there, soft suede roof, and the must be petal pink house there. So, but they've all got trees, so I could use quite easily evening evergreen as a base for this, except I've only got one sheet left, so it's not happening. But I can use night of navy on these, and I can use soft suede, or yeah, one of the others on that. So yeah, so I'm going to get some cards cut out ready. Okay, so I had a look at what I had, and I had a little play around, and rather than you see me sort of umming and ahhing and sort of deciding, I've done 5, and we're going to do 1 together, and they're all pretty much the same style. So I've done that one in soft suede, and I've used that bit of the DSP that had some trees. I thought that was quite nice behind it. I've used the bricks and mortar embossing folder there. I thought that was quite cool to go with a new house one, because houses are made of bricks and mortar. Most houses are. They are in the UK anyway. And yeah, and then I haven't got a welcome to your new home, or, you know, any sentiment like that. So I just put congratulations. And I offset it, cut a frame, and that's what I did. So I only did 1 like that, and then I did this one in much the same way. I have used soft succulent because I felt it blended better with these greens than mint macaron. It was a bit darker to make it stand out, and I didn't have enough even evergreen, and actually it goes really well with this sheet there. This one I decided to centre instead of off centering. This one I went back to off centering. So that was the small one. I was going to do that one the same as that one, but changed my mind. So that's those 3. Then we've got some nights of navy. So that's the night of navy. So I've used this same sheet, but because it's got varying colours around it, I've maybe got a bit that's got more of the blue in it. So like that. And then that one almost the same. Okay, so that is the design I went for, and I'm quite happy with how that's turned out. So we're going to make the last one together. I've done a bit of prep, so you're not watching me do it all. So that is the card base. So this is normal C6 card base. This is half a sheet of A4 cut in half, scored in half. Managed to get a bit of ink on the back of that, but it doesn't matter. I've used the bricks and mortar embossing folder, and I just took my card and I just poked it in there and then ran that through my embossing folder, and that's got us this. I love this nice deep emboss. It's lovely, really like it. I cut that strip at 2 inches wide to go there. It's 6 inches long because I'll trim it down. I use the stitch rectangles to cut myself a frame that will go there. This one is actually a bit bigger than all the other frames because this is a bit wider. So it needed that wider frame. If I'd done the same frame size if I'd done the others, you wouldn't get a border around, so I made it a bit bigger. I measured these, obviously it depends on what size it is, and then I cut a rectangle to be 1/8 of an inch all the way around, so we get a little 16th, just to give it a little pop. Okay, and then the sentiments, I've gone for the congratulations there, out of happiness abounds. Now I did use this die here, which I thought was quite nice, but it actually, I then decided it weren't right. So we are using the little stitched rectangle there. We'll cut it out perfectly. So that's what we're doing. So I've got a bit of soft succulent, I've got a bit of cardstock there. Just checking I'm filming because my mirroring decided to freeze, so I just hope I'm in shot. I think it should be. I kind of know where I am now, so just stamp that down. Ta-da! That's right. And then we'll just get my little cut and emboss out, and we'll just cut that. Get my plates. Don't need that one. So I'm going to use a bit of washi to hold it in place. Bring my glasses down so that I can judge. So it's in a straight line. Stick that in place. That should be fine. And now we can run that through. I'm just hoping it hadn't slipped. I think it might have done. Alright. I've got a very old Big Shot. I've got the magnetic plate, so I don't usually worry about washi tape when I use that one. But it's getting really old, and like this cut in one pass, my Big Shot won't. So there we go, that would do. It's a little bit unstraight, but it's fine. It's fine. So yes, I need to, I'll probably end up buying the big version of this now. I wasn't going to buy it when it first came out, I didn't need it, but now it's it's about 10 years old at the Big Shop now, so I probably need to replace it. So I am going to cut a little strip to go behind. I've got the little bit there that was left when I cut the frame. And I've got a little post-it note somewhere where I wrote down the size. There it is. Sort of lost some. No, it's not. That's a different post-it note that I've written it down. It's 2 5/8 basically, but I come back a 1/16. And let me double check that that's correct and I've not misremembered. Yeah, cooking on gas. And then this way, I want to go to 5/8 and back a 1/16. And I take a bit of washi to hold that in place. There. So I can cut it, because it's such a small amount, it would slip. So there we go, little tip for you. So that gives you a nice tiny little pop of a border, which is what I want. And then we just glue it all down. But what I did was I went round this with a bit of soft succulent. I'm going to cut the ends off, but one end I keep intact. And I don't know which end I'm going to decide to do that to. There we go. Put that there for a sec. I'm going to be using it again in a minute. But I'll still close it up because my elbow will go in it. So that's going to get stuck on there. So I'll just put some glue on. Still cooking on gas up there. I got so used to using my mirroring software that I don't know how I coped before I had it, and now it just feels a bit weird that I am frozen in time in front of me. But yeah, so I'm putting that to the edge, and then what I'm doing is I'm just tapping it down to make sure we are flush on the edge. And then take my scissors. You can see that emboss on there, can't you? Marvellous. And I just cut that little slither off there. And then I bring the little spongy dauber back in. Go on top. And that's that. And then I need to stick these together. That's that one, and then we'll do this one. So I say I just measured it, added an 1/8, so we've got like a 1/16 all the way around, which just gives it enough pop. And then that's quite, and you know, because I've now got 6 new home cards ready, nobody will move house now. Be typical. There we go. So, gonna get my tweezers. See, I always find that the long bit about sometimes about making a card is thinking, oh, of the layout of what you're doing. But once you've got a layout, you can then stick them together quite fast. There we go. And I've done it, I did it so it was slightly more to the top. They're not centered. Obviously this one being a bit bigger, there's not a lot of difference. There we go. And we're going to stick that. And I did it so that there was the same margin on all of them. They're all different sizes. I kind of judged so that there was the same margin all the way round those three sides. So that was sort of how I judged that. And I'm thinking that I'm going to put this one dead centre because it's a bit bigger. And I popped them up on dimensionals. So, oh, that's just stuck proper to my finger. So I put one in, all the others I put one in each corner and one in the middle, but this one's a bit bigger, so I might stick two in the middle. And then three on here. There we go. And then I'll just give them all a prod in the middle. And then very easy then to just peel off. It's another tip for you. You might have already known that tip. I saw somebody else do that, thought genius. Absolutely genius. Right. Take that. And just making sure it's where I want it. And then I'm going to put this, and I kind of did it in the middle so that there was the same distance at the bottom of as there was at the top. And there we have it. So that is my new home cards. So 6 of them, all slightly different because they've all got different houses, and but fundamentally the same. So hope you like that. If you like this paper, you've only got a couple of days left to get it. Offer runs out at the end of August. I know £90 is a lot to spend, but if you were planning on purchasing something, or it was your birthday or whatever, then, you know, why not get something free with it? So if you were thinking, oh, I'm going to place an order in September, do it now. Do it now and get some beautiful paper free. I've been using it loads. It's like the paper that keeps on giving. There's just so much in it that you can do. I absolutely love it. Actually, it's not a £90 spend, is it? It's a £45 spend. Oh, that's better, isn't it? To get this free pack of paper. I was thinking of Beautiful World because I've been using that. Wonderful World, I've been using that lately. Anyway, I waffle, soz. So don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. It's changed me to make cards. I feel like I've been doing my journals a lot lately and making tags. So yeah, okay. I'll link down below to my shop. Bye for now.